Drop the price! Drop the price! Drop the price! No matter where you go on the internet, fans are pissed about the Switch 2 price tag, whether it be draining $450 on the base console, or wasting an additional $100 on Mario Kart World, Pro Cons, or DLC editions. It's quite frankly a lot. Even my closest mutuals on Twitter are struggling to afford that much. Given the amount of uproar lately, I figured that I'd chime in and give my own personal pet peeves with the Switch 2. First off, I think that yes, the Switch 2 price tag is abso-freaking-lutely expensive. Even as someone who has financially well-off parents, I still think $500 is a huge ask. I have a tendency to handicap the amount of money I spend to save up on costs, and this just ain't it. Kids are often scolded for begging their parents to spend more of their money on endless piles of video games, and this will exacerbate the issue for the new generation of gamers. Heck, those in Canada have it worse. One of my homies has to spend close to $700 for it. When you consider the fact that the Switch 2 is more or less a seamless upgrade from the Switch 1, it's completely understandable why the salt is real. Honestly though, the pricing for the individual games and additional DLC content is even worse than the base console. I hate to say it, but people could make the case that the new expanded features, resolution, and upgrades make the $450 a worthwhile price. But there is absolutely no godforsaken reason for the physical copy of Mario Kart World to cost a whopping $90. I mean, yeah, it's got loads of content and crap inside it, but why make the lives of consumers even more miserable by charging an additional $10 for the box alone? Oh, and if the roster has even the slightest bit of character cuts, it gives people even less of an incentive to buy it on day one. Oh, and get the heck out of here with that $80 price tag for the Switch 2 versions of Jamboree and Forgotten Land. Absolutely no thank you! Gosh, this grim news also doesn't bode so well for Smash 6 later down the line. But I think the main issue here isn't necessarily the price tag alone, it's the fact that the Switch 2 is expensive at a time where everything else is expensive. The state of the economy is in shambles compared to when the Switch 1 released in 2017. I've developed a hatred towards paying for the filthy subway, paying extra for a Lunchable, paying a hefty price to attend tournaments nowadays, and the list goes on and on and on. It's gotten to a point where I actively hesitate over buying virtually anything. Case in point, inflation has completely killed the lives of everyday people as is. And because so many are forced to just suck it up, the last thing anyone wants is being stuck in even more eternal debt. Since prices won't be dropping anytime soon, you might be wondering, what can I possibly do to pay for the Switch 2? Well, I'm no S&P 500 expert, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But from personal experience, the best thing I can say is to start saving up your money now. You could go to cheaper delis, scale back on buying frivolous things, cancel subscriptions you don't use, etc. Even saving the smallest amount of money can make such a huge difference in the long run. Heck, maybe even bust out the pennies in your piggy bank. The Switch 2 won't be out for the next 2 months, so if I were you, I would use that time to lock the network and slowly build up your savings and money to buy it all. And for those still in school, you could be ultra creative and open a lemonade stand. Hip hip hooray!